Hi friends and welcome to Game Reactor Live. It's David Caballero with Game Reactor Spain, and today it seems to me like I will be playing a racing game, and of course that has to be Gran Turismo 7 as it released not even a month ago, and I'm gonna show you some of the campaign stuff now that the game is playable, because it wasn't playable, for almost 3 days, I think, Thursday, Friday, something, due to server issues. But this game shouldn't be always online. If you want to play the local offline stuff, you should be able to do that. But today we're going to be playing some of the campaign content. As I said, the game is back online, and I will also be talking about the tournament, the Game Reactor tournament, that our colleagues at the Nordic Game Reactor sites are having right now. And it's going to be lasting until April the 9th, and I'm going to be showing you the track that was chosen for that tournament, and I will encourage you to play as you can play to win a PlayStation 5 console like this one and a racing wheel by Thrustmaster. So let's go. Want to be famous, buy followers. No, I don't want to buy any followers. Why would I want to buy any followers? Not that I want to be famous either. Okay, so welcome to those joining in now. This is part of the Gran Turismo experience. More than ever, it's like the music and how replays play with the music and the pictures as you see them or as you play with the new music rally mode. And my colleagues tell me sound is okay so far. So yeah, I will be playing with a racing wheel and pedals. As I said, one of the prizes you can win is a racing wheel, and the other prize is this fancy PS5 console, which is still difficult to catch in several markets. And I'm also wearing this Gran Turismo 7 t-shirt for this stream to be totally, linked. Yeah, you can hear a fan. You said a fan, meaning an air fan, not a screaming fan. You can hear that fan because this is so hot that I have to keep a fan, keeping everything slightly cooler. So first and foremost, I think I'm gonna take a look at this is an early-ish save for a campaign. And I'm gonna take a look at my next tournament or event objective, and then we were gonna take a look at the track that we chose for that tournament. But for now, let's take a look at World Circuits. And I do like the relaxing side of Gran Turismo, the cafe, the relaxing, sometimes elevator music you get, and all the lore and the culture you get from the game, besides the racing part, which is not super crazy, hardcore sim racing experience. You can play with the racing wheel and pedals. You will enjoy that more so than with a DualSense controller, in my personal opinion. But of course, it's not that hardcore, demanding simulation experience that you wouldn't even dare streaming, because it's so demanding that you have to be completely focused. So I can take a look at your comments every now and then here, and welcome those joining now. So it seems like I have to partake in the Petite Course de France, which is a tournament down here. So Up here you see the three regions for splitting up the tracks available, which are many tracks available in this game. And then down here, when the championships activate, you can see them here, and that yellow mark indicates that's my next objective, given the sort of menu that I chose at the cafe. So this is 2 races in Alsace. It seems like the very same track, but the inverted version. And I have to be, what's the goal? Suggested PP 500, and my Peugeot Sport 14 has 526.85. So I think I looked the part. What's the well, the rivals are gonna be, you know, some Renaults. I think I can more or less compete here. Enough talking, eyes on the road, hands on the wheel. Let's see. I will grab the controller every once in a while to navigate through the menus themselves, because sometimes they are they are smoother with a controller, of course. It's meant to be for a controller first and foremost, as I said. Some of the environments look really good, especially when the weather and the lighting changes through the race. There are some next-gen cows in there. It's not the most amazing graphics I've seen on PS5, but it looks the part. And it's massive in terms of content, right? Okay, I hope I don't drop the mic. And let's go. Oh, the Alpine, one of the most beautiful cars you can see in this game, or in any game for that matter. I wish Fernando Alonso was performing better this year with the Alpine. Why is it taking so long to shift gear? Might be the Peugeot. That was a bit risky, but I'm here, aiming for the top. 6 to go. It's a 2-lap event. Don't expect crazy force feedback. More so when you are driving a Peugeot, right? But again, I do prefer the wheel and pedals experience to the controller. There goes the R5. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Come on, get back. Back on track. I'm not gonna get my clean race reward this time. At least the top 3 are grouped. A nice touch is that the names you see, at least Lopez here, are the names of real sim racers that won previous GT championships, and that's really nice touch, as they're shown as characters, as even as coaches, you know. And that, I think, is a lovely touch to pay homage to those pro racing drivers, sim racing drivers that Sony has managed to gather around its championship. So that's Coque Lopez, who's Spanish, same as myself. And I know I couldn't possibly pass the real Coque, but this time, if I take my risk, that's an AI driver and I overtake it. And I like that touch that you see the car that you just overtook. There we go. A few turns to go, so hopefully, if I play safe, I think I will be able to overtake this one, even though that's the best car we have in this race. Of course, the acceleration with the Peugeot is nothing spectacular, but let's see. This is a fast turn. I risk too much. Go, 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 go. Oh! As I said, I risked too much. And it's the first time I raced with this Peugeot here. But okay. Damn, bots going crazy today, says Lead J. Foxon. Yes. But you know, as I said, I don't feel the need or the urge to buy followers. So thank you for joining us as well. And it's a bit stupid that I have to use the touchpad with the gloves on, but well, I don't know the requirements for this championship, but I was silver and now there's another race, so I hope to be above this Pagandet to get you know, at least on the podium. Of course, I would have gotten more rewards if I had won the race and also if I had played a completely clean race, which wasn't the case, as I was a bit dirty. I like dirt and I like dirt. Yeah, I am excited about the new album by the Red Hot Chili Peppers coming out in a week's time. A double vinyl. The replays, as I said, are really, really nice, as you know, not only the models and the angles are much better this time, but also you can make them play along with the music. So that's a really nice touch this time around. Okay. Now let's go to next race. I have to look like this because if you put the wheel really close to the screen, the both the hood camera and the inner camera will look really, really good in terms of angles, etc. as long as it's a 40-ish screen. If it's smaller, your wheel is going to look much bigger than the in-game wheel. But in this particular case, it looks really good. This is a 43-inch screen. If you have the wheel close to the screen, and it's good for both those two cameras. The other cameras, I don't like them that much. To next race. There you go. I got 10 points. And now look at the weather and the time of the day. It's later in the day or very early, probably very early. Where can I see that? Doesn't say here. Rolling start again. Let's go. Auto drive. And again, I start at the last position. I mean, I know what they want there. They want you to progress in every race, right? All the way to the top. Sorry about that. But the thing is, you know, it's not that realistic, as I should have started second. Like the lighting in this one. Let's go. Too much. Dirty area. The game is pretty forgiving in terms of, you know, you can correct unless you do it really badly. You can counter steer and get back to action, and that for the average driver or player is really nice. Okay, I'm fourth now. My main rival is second. A bit too much. Okay, I regain control there. Nice one. It's 2 laps this time around as well. It's not that I love the music in this game, but this one is cool. Let's take the exterior side of the turn. Come on! Okay, I was super aggressive in that one. Let's try and keep it. Use the curbs. I'm starting to smell like a true pilot. I'm getting sweaty in here. As I said, I'm using a fan. But that fan is for the equipment. It's pretty easy to handle this Peugeot. You cannot see my feet, but you can see how much I'm stepping on the thrust the accelerator with the on-screen graphics. He's putting up a fight. You can see it on the rear mirror, but I think I have enough of a margin here. Crazy because yesterday I had to drive to and back from Madrid, and it's a 2-hour trip from my place, and today I have another sort of, oh, it was at night, as you can see. Stop talking, don't mess it up. And today I'm gonna be taking this 2-hour trip with you guys live. But it's like driving. I mean, of course I'm not risking my life, or anyone else's for that matter, but I have to be focused, right? And the position and sort of the activity is similar in a way. All right, so another user, this time via YouTube, is asking, well, these racing games feels boring. What do you think? Can you use these driving wheels for other games? Well, I once tried to use the racing wheel for a fighting game, but I didn't feel quite comfortable with it. So I normally use the racing wheels for racing games. But to each its own. You can use racing wheels for any other genre you love. Normally, when they are supported by consoles, they come with all the main face buttons, etc., and all the features you can get here, but they don't usually come with analog sticks or triggers. And the rumble feature is completely different, of course, because you want to get force feedback and not just your typical vibrations. You get, actually, you feel the force that you would feel from a real racing wheel or steering wheel. So here I finished first, so now I think I won the tournament, even though it was a draw in terms of points, because Pagandet finished second, but I think I'm gonna win it because I had better times, because it was very tight for the previous race. So let's see. Play third person this time, asks the same user who was asking about the racing wheel with other games. You can of course use it with other, jokes aside, you can of course use it with other racing games or driving games in general. In terms of third person view, I can activate it for a while for you guys to see how good the models look. But the thing is, when you're using a racing wheel, you better feel like you're driving the car, like you're inside the car. So that's why I either use this one or the inner view, sort of the helmet camera. Okay, this is a reward I get, so let's choose right. And I get a Chevrolet, the Camaro, which is beautiful, 69. And you don't need to configure controls every now and then. You can, like for example, we'll remove my gloves now. I pick up the controller. You can do like this, and you can go, navigate the menus in a more relaxed way with the DualSense controller, and then move back to the wheel once the race starts. The only problem with that is, even though it is nice that you can have both systems at the same time, when you're using the controller and then you leave it and you start the race, for a while it will rumble and it will you will hear some sounds through the controller's speaker here, even though you're of course completely focused on the racing wheel. So it should be smarter in the way it detects what you are actually using currently. Are you playing online? No, so far I'm playing the campaign, so this is all AI drivers. I wanted to show you the campaign stuff, and I will be showing the if you want to compete, if you like or love to compete, I'm gonna show you the Game Reactor tournament track in a moment. This is a shortcut, or at least a hint to check what you were doing, basically. So next stop is the cafe. Yeah, you can hear the fan, but there's nothing I can do about that, because of course this time as I'm playing with this racing setup, I don't have the microphone next to me, and I'm not using one of those microphones you wear. So I have the microphone right here, one side of the wheel. You can see it here, tap tap, and then I have a fan right here to keep everything cooler. So that's the culture thing I told you about, all the education you get, all the interesting facts about motorsport and cars, culture, etc. Okay, this is Game Reactor Live. I'm playing Gran Turismo 7. I will be playing for an hour and a half more. And this was the Petit Course de France. And this is when you unlock the missions, which are one of the new features of this game. You unlock like interesting challenges that are different scenarios that you can try out on the various tracks that you've unlocked already. And of course, as the cafe is where you keep your progress through the main campaign, that's the hub to get the next objective. That's why now we're going to take a look at missions, and then I will show you the tournament track if you keep watching. So this is the next pavilion that's been unlocked on the map. But first, let's grab this mission. This guy Luca is one of the owners of the cafe. The Magic Mountain is the first mission you can try out. at deep forests the pass. So let's try and get the bronze. I thought you meant it when you said that these wheels can be used for fighting games. I did mean it. I mean, or music games or platformers, even, you know, flight simulators. But they are, of course, best suited for vehicle-based experiences. Okay, so these are the missions. And I'm gonna drop the controller now, and you won't see it, but I can tell you that it's gonna keep working for a while. And now if I switch to the racing wheel, it automatically knows it's there, it's connected. So that's pretty nice. But they have to improve. Like the idle device should be idle. There's a long to go, long road ahead for Gran Turismo 7 anyway. It almost just released, and it's a massive game. So I hope they improve the simulation for some of the cars and classes. Okay, so this is the one I have to complete as per requested at the cafe. It's so stupid. I can no longer use the phone. Okay, thank you guys. It's now cooler in the room. If I remember correctly, these missions give you a temporary car for the purpose of the mission. So this time it's gonna be the Honda, I think, 180SX. So overtake all cars by the finish line. Colliding with other cars will disqualify you from the mission. Okay, it's a Nissan, not a Honda. That's one Abarth right here, the classic one, and another Abarth. Oh, what was that? I was expecting a much longer road, so I don't want silver. I have to take a bigger risk. I wanna replay this. Nope. Start. Not gonna make it this time either, I think. Oh! Okay, I have to do it by the inner side of the turn. That was great. Let's do it again. These challenges are really good if you wanna, you know, you don't want full races. Alright, that was the strategy. the red one. It was a running race, 200 meters. Yeah, it was pretty short. But again, these sort of challenges are fun when you wanna, you know, you don't want to be sitting on your racing seat for longer periods. Okay, so this was a way to present us to the missions side of the game. I'm gonna exit now, and I'm gonna show you the Game Reactor tournament track of choice. Some of the music I like. Some other I don't like that much. Back to the controller. You can be back at the missions later for you to have a deeper look at them. So now world circuits, if you wanna take part in the tournament, you have to be in the Nordics. But again, it's really nice to check and compare. So the track is here in England, and it's the Goodwood Clapman Cup Plus. There are some chili peppers in there. So I tried this one already in the past. What I don't know is if I kept upgrading my Mini so that it's probably no longer can be applied for this challenge, but let me take a look. There you go. My Mini is now oh yeah, I didn't touch it. Yeah, so I bought more tuning upgrades, etc. And I'm gonna show you later. But you can save different profiles for this type of situations where you are required to meet some requirements, and then you go and say, hey, but my Mini is a beast right now. But you can save that profile like a top performance profile, and then make a different profile with different parts for this sort of requirements. So that's gonna be it. And as you can see, tire choice, PP, which is performance points, which is 349, and it says 350 or less. And the Mini Cooper, so I meet all requirements, and I can enter the event now. Now, if you wanna see this race differently, we did a multicam video on it with cams showing the racing wheel, another cam showing the pure gameplay, first-person gameplay, and another cam being the replay. And we did that video with the 3 cams, and it's edited, and you can see it on your local Game Reactor site to check out this Clapman Cup Plus event properly with the Mini, etc. And we got first, and we did a nice time. So it's always good to be back at this event because this is the one we chose. So it's 2 laps, it's a rolling start, and every single car is a beautiful Mini Cooper from the 60s. Precisely yesterday I was next to one of these beauties in the real world. It's such a beautiful and tiny car by today's standards. This is a tournament track for our Nordic viewers, if they wanna take part, for a chance to win a PS5 console and racing wheel. The blue one is driven by Sonic or something. And through the middle. Okay. Bye bye. Laters. Hey, hey, hey. Don't touch me. That was a bit dirty, wasn't it? I mean, I had overtaken them already. That guy is fast. It's gonna be tough to catch them. As you can see, it's not my best time. I will show you my best time. The races end. I'm not gonna let you through, sorry. Yeah, that's my sportsmanship in play. I was used to the two previous cars, so I had to relearn the shifting timing for the Mini, right? Oh, come on! Did they use a golden mushroom? So as usual, it's a matter of you choose this track and you play again and again to nail every corner, to nail the shifting. And the good thing is there are these limitations to what you can use, so I think it's a fair enough type of deal. Not gonna get them. The second half I did better, but again, there you go. You can see a much better performance with the video I captured a couple of weeks back with this multicam thing. But again, let's take a look. I got clean race, so I wasn't playing dirty myself. Can give it another go before we check out other stuff. Retry. I don't know where it says what was my best time. This time you don't start at the tail end of the list, right? You start 5th. I remember overtaking like 2 or 3 on the first turn already. But this time they are tougher for some reason. Perhaps when you set a nice time, next time you come by, they are automatically tougher. But I don't know about that. I don't know how the AI and the challenge things work. That guy was competitive over there. Come on. So when you downshift to second gear, it's not as I was expecting it to be. Oh, I started doing nicely, but this time it's gonna be even worse than the previous attempt. I was touched. This is gonna be impossible, although they are fighting over there. For first place, some slipstream, full throttle here. Beth is driving now, but it's of course too late given how I messed up before. But again, it's a matter of learning how every car works, so, and how much you can push. For example, here. Oh! See what I told you about the controller? Oh, you cannot see it, I think. I don't know if it's overprinted. But yeah, basically the controller was doing things until right now, so. Okay, that was, yeah. Being a douche. Alright, so yeah, I wanted to show you that tournament track. Again, let me remind you, it's the Club Plus event. In the UK, it's got its own requirements, so you just have to post your times. And if you're in the Nordics, you can compete for a chance to win a PS5 console and a racing wheel, among other things. Club Cup Plus at Woodwood Motor Circuit in the UK. Okay. It's almost 5 o'clock. I will be playing until 6. Now back to the relaxing menus. Getting you in the mood for the next race? Not really. But let's go back to the cafeteria, coffee. Nice job. How did you find your first mission? PASS is a fun challenge, but there are plenty of other races for you to try your hand at as well. I've also heard that you can win cars if you earn all bronze or gold prizes on each mission section. Which reminds me, I owe you a reward. Okay? Yeah. Oh, Laguna Seca. Oh, Willow Springs. Those are the trophies I've been collecting for this game save. You know, one could say that all this coffee thing is a bit old-fashioned or not very related to cars and motorsport and specifically competition, but at the same time I feel like, you know, all the collecting side of the game and the car culture thing that I mentioned with all the learnings you can get do relate to this more relaxed approach where you sit down and reflect and sort of enjoy the views. And in terms of enjoying the vistas, there is this amazing photo mode, which is probably one of the very best photo modes ever built, not for a racing game, but all in general in video games history, right? But I won't be doing that. I'm with the racing wheel here, so it means more driving, right? And the next menu is all about these rear-wheel drive American classic muscle cars. 3 of them are Ford's Mustangs, and in different times. So it's one from 1969, the next one from 1971, and then the Ford Mustang GT from 2015. Then they have the Mustang Mach-E, the Mustang Mach-E, which is the electric beast. If you've seen that one in real life, that's amazing. So that's gonna be interesting because we're moving from wheel driven cars to these rear wheel driving. So the way you approach turns is gonna be different, and the way they react. So you'll be collecting Mustangs, and it's not the horses. Wild horses. High Performance Cars was produced by Ford and is widely considered as an American classic, as I said. Collect all 3 models and bring them back here, and you will see the little cutscene and all the info you get from those. And I'll tell you all about these legendary cars. And that's, to me, the best value Gran Turismo can offer nowadays, is all that culture, all the info from different brands. So the thing is, I don't think I own any Mustang, but let me check. Perhaps I can. Sometimes you get the car if you win the race, or if you end up among the first 3 or wherever. But you can partake in the race with a different car, perhaps an American car or a rear-wheel drive car or something like that. So Blue Moon Base Speedway. Let's see the requirements. Of course, I can't compete with the Mini, but let's take a look at what we need. Again, it's got to be from the US, and it's got to be a rear drivetrain. And the rival cars are gonna be, you know, the Firebird and other Mustangs, etc. So I need it to be different. Let me take a look at the cars I have, and I can filter by all regulation compliant cars. And we, coincidentally enough, of course it's not a coincidence, we coincidentally enough just earned the Camaro C28 from 1996, which is PP433. So let me check, as the recommended or suggested PP is 550. So I can change car, but then I realized that probably it's not gonna be competitive enough until I upgrade it. So I remove my gloves, I take the controller, and I do like this. And then I go back, 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 back. The good thing about PS5 is the loading times. If I were playing this on PS4, you know, this would be so tiresome. But the fact that you can move yourself through different menus and sections of the game and the map, and you enter and leave and go back and change car and upgrade it and whatever, that makes the experience much smoother. So this is a tuning shop, and I got my Camaro, and it's as is, as I got it. So with a couple of not very expensive upgrades, you can see how there's controversy as to how much these upgrades and cars cost if you run out of game credits and you want to pay with real money. But I won't check. You can top up on PlayStation Store, and the prices for the cars are higher than they were before. So 443, the moment you reduce weight, it's gonna get, this is slightly more expensive, but again, this is now 457, and we wanted to get closer to 550. So I would say we need sports medium, I would say, at least. And this is gonna make a difference. Actually, if we go soft, we're gonna get almost there. It's not that expensive, right? And then you keep unlocking these sort of categories for tuning. So for example, I only used brake pads, but if I buy these, I'm gonna improve my braking, and then clutch and flywheel, or perhaps the suspension. This is gonna make another difference. And this is phase 2 of weight reduction. These are more expensive, so something like this. And perhaps these, yeah. Much better performance now. 553 pp, and now I can go back to world circuits. And I have enough credits to buy. I'm gonna show you that later. I have some sort of a wish list for more sporty cars, or even sports cars, GT3, GT4, for those times that you don't wanna, you know, keep doing this long trek of the main single player campaign, and you wanna get competitive, and you're gonna check your times on proper racing tracks. You can do that as well. So we're coming here. I'm gonna leave the controller now, put my gloves on, check the chat again. It's 1 hour to go. Yeah, I do have the belts, but I'm not gonna use them because we don't have motion platform here. We do have at the Swedish game director office, but there's no point for me to use the belts here unless I got a motion or traction platform. Okay, let's go. My Camaro feels stronger now. So much so that probably I'm gonna keep it as my muscle car of choice because I've invested some money, even if it's virtual money. So this is a raceway. This is a different type of track compared to the previous one. And the atmosphere is different as well. I have to be third or higher. And again, I have to get used to this different handling of the rear-wheel drive car. It's 200 kilometers per hour now. Plymouth. A very American type of track here. Feels like Daytona. If you brake, I pass. Nope. Wow, that was a thing. I regain control. This got slightly exciting because I pushed a bit too much. Bye bye, Mr. GT. You touched me, so I hope to get my... Oh! I spoke too early and too much. It's lap 2 or 3. What are you gonna do now? Oh, come on. I felt a bit of rubber banding in there. Take a look at the first one. Okay, this is final lap. I only have 4 shifts, 4 gears. Give me your slipstream. Oh wow, that guy's tough. Huh. Look at that. It's just slightly weird, right? I mean, I overtook the guy already and all of a sudden that felt like rubber banding. All of a sudden he got this boost from nowhere. Whatever. He got a mushroom, didn't he? And I got the fastest lap, so how can that be, right? Okay, there are 3 or 2 more, I think. I love how, I don't know if you can hear this, but on this screen and when the music is over and your car is parked, you can hear these little noises your car in real life produces when you actually park it and leave it, like this. That's a really lovely touch. That's classy. So I acquired the boss. Wow. It does look like the boss. Okay, driving gear. I don't care that much about. That's how the vastly improved replays look in this game. And these are different as it's a raceways, it's or racetrack. It's different to the previous one, which was more rural, so to speak. They look pretty good, in my opinion. I want to retry that one. And now let's choose Willow Springs. Wow, beautiful one. I can enter. I don't think my Camaro is as competitive as I supposed, but you know, the gift card is the GT from 2015, which is a classic already, so. Beautiful car. It's in the afternoon. As long as you're soft and gentle with your car, as I said, this game is pretty forgiving. So for those starting with racing games, or even you could call this mild sim racing, I think it's a nice approach. Now, if you come from pure hardcore demanding sim racing, you will feel like this simulation is half-baked or too forgiving, or even that you don't get that much feedback on your hands or on your feet. That being said, this game is beautiful. You can tell that, even though it's not pushing the PS5 to its limit. And again, the car culture you will get has its own value. So with that alone, the game is a collector's piece for any motorsport and car lover. For that alone, I would recommend this game. Oh, the Dodge! I love the Dodge. I want that car more than the Mustang. When I was a kid, I got too nostalgic in there. No! When I was a kid, nothing. That's what happens when you get nostalgic and start saying, this is too forgiving. That you get punished. See, if you do as I did, and get off the track, you couldn't possibly recover that fast to the point that you end up first. That couldn't possibly happen realistically, right? But you know, the sun was coming down, it was a beautiful evening coming, and the lighting is almost mesmerizing, right? Willow Springs, always beautiful to look at and to race on. Are you winning, son? Asks Rebecca, who is your favorite streamer at Game Reactor. And I know that you don't love me anymore, that you all guys love Rebecca, but and she's a pro driver herself. She's into sim racing, and she's always asking to try out these games live, to show you how it's done, right? But yeah, I'm winning, but that was you know, the forgivingness nature of the game, because I shouldn't have won this one. I actually feel like I should have won the previous one and not this one. But anyway, rewards got, and I have one left for this Mustang series of challenges. And yeah, I love the lighting. I mean, I'm also playing on performance mode, so ray tracing is limited to keep the 60 frames per second at all times. Okay. Hello Rakesh via YouTube, hello Rebecca via Twitch, and Elade Griffon, who was here last time when I played, what was it? Getsu Fumaden Undying Moon, which is a game I kept playing after that stream. It's pretty confusing in the way it presents its systems, as it's a roguelite. But you know, once you get used to them, wow, is it satisfying. Okay, so this is where I get the blue Mustang, which is the one I'm missing, to complete the coffee challenge. So my Camaro is performing okay-ish, but the problem is that, like, top speed, and this sort of raceway, which is Laguna Seca this time, which can't get more famous than this in the US. This sort of raceway, I think, is more convenient to the Camaro itself, whereas this top speed, sort of circular, oval type of tracks are better suited for, you know, the GT and or the upgrades I used. The tuning upgrades should have been more catering to that type of driving and top speed thing. Care to explain the rig when you're using? Asks Rakesh. Tú y yo a la fiesta. Tú y yo toda la noche. Beautiful Laguna Seca. Nice. And no, I don't care. I will be doing so after this race. Classic Laguna Seca. You push too far on the first few turns. Curbs. Sorry. Mach 1, sorry about that. Bye bye, Camaro. It's the same car I'm using. Dirty. I like dirt and I like dirt. Okay. Sticky rival. There you go. Again, you cannot see my feet, but you can see how much I'm stepping on the throttle and on the brake by the on-screen graphics. Stop talking, David. Too much, a little bit of drifting, which is not what I meant here. Let's save that for the Japanese. Okay, it's 2 laps only. I should focus a little bit more as I'm 4th now. So let's see. Gotta love the Dodge. I think it's the most beautiful of this class. Let's go. Curbs. It's always the same with that turn. Wow, the leader is miles ahead. I don't think I'm gonna catch them unless they get nervous. Don't forget about the freaking most famous turn ever. That happens when you speak a lot. Again, in any other game, I would have been crashed and overtaken so many times. Badly taken. Well, you see, it really is forgiving, as I'm gonna be 2nd, so and it's enough. I was getting used to the Camaro itself, and it's a beautiful one as well. It's 1969, I think. Okay, so the rig I'm using is this is a next level racing. A sort of racing seat and structure and wheel type of table and 3-screen stand, but of course Gran Turismo only supports 1 screen, so I'm having one 43-inch screen in front of me. And as if you're interested in rigs and this sort of things, I would recommend you have a 40-something inch screen for this game, pretty close to the racing wheel itself, as both for this camera view and the inner camera view, it looks really realistic in terms of distances and field of view, etc., which is something you cannot change in this game. For any other sim racer, proper sim racer, you can change that field of view, distance, even height, etc. But for this game, you can only try to adjust your hardware to what you see on the screen, right? The racing wheel is a Fanatec CSL Elite, which was released for the PS4, but it's totally supported by PS5, and I recommend you take a look at the settings Fanatec recommends for Gran Turismo specifically, which you can save to a profile inside the racing wheel itself. And then I'm using a 3-pedal set by Fanatec as well, which is the V3 inverted, so that it feels like your regular up to GT3 car, which is not Formula, so the pedals are like this instead of grounded. And yeah, it's a PS5 and they connect via USB, but of course you also have compatible Logitech and Thrustmaster racing wheels and direct drive Fanatec official Gran Turismo GT Pro racing wheel, which will produce more content with in the near future. But if you're interested in rigs and in GT7, you can partake, and if you live in the Nordics, you can partake in the Game Reactor Gran Turismo 7 tournament for a chance to win both a PS5 console, Thrustmaster racing wheel, and more. I don't know if they will give away this sweaty t-shirt as well. I mean this one, not one for you, like this one, the used one, like footballers when they finish the match and supporters are like, hey, give me your shirt. This one smells like pilot spirit. You're missing a helmet. Well, that is actually pretty accurate, because on PC and also with GT Sport on PS4 you could also use a VR helmet. Of course on PlayStation it would be the PSVR, and we are eagerly awaiting to take a look at the PSVR 2, but I expect them to create some sort of VR experience with the new headset. And of course on PC you can play with the different headsets available. So this is a collection. We can get back to the coffee thing and show you this history of automobile lessons that you get. One of the most interesting things from this game and the most valuable things you get. So let me exit here and here, and again with PS5 you get this quick loading, so you really don't care if you have to leave this menu, go back to the garage and change stuff, buy some upgrades, whatever. It's all like this. You can hear it because I'm using gloves, so you can't hear that like it, but you know what I mean, right? So you go to the cafe, and this is what I meant. That's the collection, and then you get the info. I've got some stories to tell you about these cars. We also have the Daytona International Speedway, which I mentioned before. Of course, that's a must. And then we have our friend Luca telling us about these cars. Menu book number 14, collection, Mustang. You can't talk about American sports cars without mentioning the Ford Mustang. The first generation Mustang from 1964 has a very special place in motoring history. Such a beautiful car, my god. There you have it. It made its debut at the World's Fair in New York, and within a month over 100,000 orders had been placed. See, all these pictures you can take with Gran Turismo itself, so with the game. Yeah, the photo mode is amazing. Compared to other American cars of the time, the Mustang was relatively small, but had a powerful compact design. Compact for a Mustang. The Boss is my favorite. The Boss 429 was built to compete in the US's immensely popular NASCAR races, while the legendary GT350 was developed in collaboration with the American racing driver Carroll Shelby, hence the Shelby sub-brand that started here. There aren't many cars which boast over half of century of history over numerous generations. It's difficult for me to read because I have to read through this, but again, it is the recommended way to play Gran Turismo 7. The wheel so close to the screen, and half of the wheel is already covering the screen. And it's not the best setup for you to read stuff on the screen, but it is really the best way to play Gran Turismo with a racing wheel. So that's great, and you get this sort of culture beats from every analog, and you can get these specifically to every of the brands at Brands Central. I can show you that, but I won't now because I want to race a bit more because we have half an hour to go. So give me more coffee. Okay, coincidentally, the Camaro was one of the rewards for the next menu, but it's gonna be 3 Chevrolet, so we stick to American muscle rear-wheel drive cars. Now that you've got yourself a Mustang collection, I'd like you to move on to collecting Camaros, because otherwise Chevrolet is gonna get jealous. The Camaro is another high-performance classic produced by General Motors Chevrolet brand. It traces its history back to the rise of the American muscle car in the 1960s, as I mentioned. Collect all 3 models and come back to see me. I'll be waiting with another expensive coffee for you. Dark fragrance of the coffee. Very fuel hungry. A colleague of mine sold one after using Mustang for about a year. Of course, I mean, rumor and legend has it that if you get yourself a proper Mustang, you can see the fuel needle live, going down live as you drive. And I haven't experienced that myself, but my friend Ernesto got a Mustang himself very recently, and with the price rise in fuel these past few weeks, I don't know what the guy's gonna do, but the man loves his beautiful cars. So, and this happened here in Middle East. Fuel is a bit cheap here, even then it was too much. Of course, yeah, you get it cheaper in the US. But you know, it's crazy as of late, right? In the past 2-3 weeks, it skyrocketed, and it's making for racing lovers to really consider sim racing more so than real racing or real driving for a while, or at least tip the balance differently than what were they doing before, and enjoy more of the simulated experience. Okay, so let's take a look at the required or the suggested PP for these challenges. And it says it's gonna be, so that's the other one I did. So the suggested PP is 600. I'm not gonna use the controller now, so I'm gonna be going back to the tuning shop. You upgraded your collector level, that's great to hear. So probably we've unlocked extreme parts, yeah. I knew that. A new engine or a body will require you to forfeit your current tuning parts. It will also increase the life of your car. Okay, so we can go for weight reduction stage 2, which is not that expensive. And this is important. I don't need dirt tires. Perhaps let's go here. Close ratio. Nah. Semi-racing. It's more expensive, but it makes a difference. Not that much, actually. Supercharger loaner torque, sports intercooler, and weight reduction. This is the adjustable. It's not making a difference. Use body rigidity. This is very expensive. Go for the stage 3 of weight reduction because, you know, it's springtime already, so you want to look good and in shape. Manual transmission. This is not good. Racing. These are more expensive. How much money do I have? Still not enough to buy the car I wanted. Perhaps the air filter, yeah. It's getting expensive. And of course I need to change these, so yeah, same as before. Tires are gonna make a huge difference. What else? The transmission, of course. I'm spending a lot of money here. So it's 633 pp. Let's see how it makes a difference when driving it. And then with the money I earn here, I'm gonna buy one of my wish listed cars. Okay, so it's the same track. I'm not sure about the top speed yet. Let's try. It's road car, United States, origin, and it's gonna be against Camaros and Challengers. So hopefully, oh, it suggested PP was 600. I thought it was 650. So hopefully I can win a couple. It was COVID for the last 2 years. Now it's a war. Yeah, man. We're living in historic times for the wrong reasons. Let's go. Oh. So I wanted to show you that one. Again, it is pretty similar in terms of size and angle when you're playing with a racing wheel, but you know, you also have the racing wheel itself, so to me it's more distracting that it is useful to look at. So I rather go clean. And then the hood camera or view, I think it's really not very well done in terms of the size of the car. That is distracting because from this angle you get like proper scale. But when you switch to the hood, your car seems tiny. That's a bit stupid. Okay, so it's the same raceway, but it's a different configuration. As you saw, it's not like the full oval, but we get inside and we have these stark turns. Oh, nice one. Oh, You son of a... You touched me. Did you see that? Now what? Come on! I mean, can we replay that? We can't replay that. That was dirty. See, I'm trying to be clean. I don't want to do that. But you're pushing me. You hit me from behind. Again. Wow, with the Americans. Sorry, I was taught to do that. It's the first time I see this with Gran Turismo 7. Where's the etiquette? Racing etiquette, my ass. I'm racing poorly compared to previous lap. Let's try and recover. Let's try and catch up. The type of force you get from the wheel, even though it's very mild with Gran Turismo, you can't possibly get that I got, or that feeling with the controller, even though they've improved the controller signals and sensations, but you will never get that sort of direction change and forces. Do I have a faster car? I do. Good one. I left them behind. Bye bye, guys. Full throttle here. No, 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 be so stupid. Oh, I was pushing it too hard for what it was. But then the grass part ended. Okay, time for the final lap. A little bit of pedals play in place. I think I left them behind for good. Sometimes I keep talking and forget to drive, right? That one I didn't take it properly. It's all a matter of drawing the nicest line. Look how it's getting darker. It's looking beautiful. Okay, so let's be careful this time. There you go, much better. Okay, that was exciting for a moment. And it's 5:42, 20 minutes to go. Have you been playing GT series for long? Not constantly, I have to admit. So I played for some time on the PS3. I played GT Sport, and now, of course, GT7 I'm not playing on PS4. I'm playing on PS5, as you can see, and also GT6. I didn't like it that much, so. There I got the Camaro from 2018, which is super aggressive and amazing to look at. And now we have one race left to get the final Chevrolet for the collection. Wait, what? This is not the one I was looking for. It's Willow Springs once again. If you ask me, they should have saved these Camaro challenges for later, because we just completed the Mustang challenges in the very same tracks. So why not saving this for later, for it to be more varied, right? But who knows? It's Yamauchi-san, and the guys at Polyphony Digital, who are lovely people, by the way. I met Yamauchi-san like 2-3 times before, a couple of interviews. Amazing man, and the sort of Japanese kindness and the way he respects all about cars and motorsport culture, and you can see that with the game. You can see that. It is very difficult to please every type of player, isn't it? There you go. Little bit of drifting. That's a Tesla. What's a Tesla doing here? It's all about the good old fuel-based Camaros and Mustangs. The hell is a Tesla doing here? You Elon Musk, stick your nose off this game. I mean, it is true that it's an American car, but gonna be difficult on the inside. Let's go. Wow, that was risky because I could have been hit the moment I left the turn in the back. Hey. Nice one. I'll head for the top. It's 3 laps, so I should have enough time and margin to... Oh, that's a DeLorean! You know, yeah, I can accept a DeLorean. Cannot accept a Tesla, but a DeLorean is a whole different thing. Lost control for a little bit there. Bye bye, DeLorean. I'm in the future now and you're in the past. You have to be very careful with the throttle with these rear-wheel drive cars. Very gentle. Because they are, after all, like wild horses. Like a Mustang. You couldn't do what I just done with a front drive car. Oh. Let's go. The music this time is appropriate for the type of environment. And there we go. Don't mess up. At the very end. That was enjoyable. I always love some more Willow Springs. I enjoyed the previous one, I enjoyed this one. It's one of my favorite tracks. It's so smooth. It goes up and down. And you have these long turns where you have to keep your foot middle way into the throttle. Okay, so 10 minutes to go. I think I don't have enough credits to buy the GT4 car that I wish listed. I could show you the tournament track again, but I'm gonna show you what it is. And I drove for a couple or 3 races before, and again you can see my proper race on that track at your local game reactor site of choice, which is multicam, and it has in-game first-person view, replay view, and racing wheel focus camera to, you know, study all the turns and the corners and when I shift gears, etc. So what I'm gonna do is showing you what it is. It's in Europe. It's in the UK at Goodwood Motor Circuit, and it's called the Clapman Cup Plus. So this is the event we chose for the Game Reactor Gran Turismo 7 tournament in the Nordics. So you come here, you prepare your Mini Cooper from 1969, I think, and you meet the requirements the event itself is gonna set. So there's nothing more. I mean, you couldn't come here with a Ferrari and try and win the event. So you really tune your Mini Cooper up until you can. And you come here, you play again and again, and you register your time. And this tournament for our Nordic viewers is gonna be running up until April 9th. And if you wanna give it a try, you can enter for a chance to win a PS5 controller, a racing wheel, and more Gran Turismo 7 goods. But as we only have 8 minutes to go, what shall I do? Let's try and choose the next one and see if I have time to race it. This again is the Camaro lesson, so you can see it, blah blah blah. The way Chevrolet followed, or General Motors for the same matter, Camaro by Chevrolet, when it first appeared, the rival to the Mustang, first generation C28. This is a Transformer one. By the way, it doesn't transform in real life. And the latest iteration, which looks amazing. Oh yeah, I don't think this is, you know, yes, I have been there. I didn't want to stop by the escapes because I'm using the racing wheel. So I'm gonna choose something else, okay? For example, I'm gonna take you to Japan and see something completely different to what we have seen. So this stream has been focusing on France in Europe, on the UK in Europe, and on the different American tracks. And we've seen both a French championship and some different events to get some cars that we were missing according to the coffee menu. So here you could, for example, come to the Tokyo Expressway, which is none and none, and the high speed none and none. Oh, this is beautiful. Let me see. Tsukuba is super nice as well. Stanley Cup. Let's choose one of the, in this game save, one of the ones I didn't complete yet. So for example, these ones, change car, it has to be, let's see, I think my Abarth is a bit too much. Oh no, it's right there. Yeah, so I think we can give it a try. Yeah. And with this, it's 4 minutes to go, so probably the stream will end mid-race. And I think it's a nice way to say goodbye with all the fireworks and the nighttime and Tokyo. After all, it is a Japanese game, and you can tell that by the classy, respectful, and even quirky and different activities that you get. And all the info and all the order and all the elegancy. So you have to, you gotta love Gran Turismo for that. And I'm driving the Abarth because I drive an Abarth in real life, so not as powerful as this one, but it feels a little bit like home, right? Even though we are in Japan. Have to rethink that it's a front-wheel drive driven car. It's not rear-wheel driven. Look at the Yaris. Wow. Oh, they are way faster. Yeah, bad choice for the car. But anyway, it was a way to go crazy as a finisher for this stream. Totally different type of circuit, so it's a bit ugly, isn't it? Compared to the beautiful lighting when it's in the evening. I wouldn't say this is the most beautiful track. One minute to go. Oops. Alright guys, so thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned to Game Reactor, and of course our Nordic viewers can take part in that tournament for a chance to win a console and a racing wheel. And enjoy your racing and your Gran Turismo and your gaming in general. And I hope to meet you soon again. Lap 2 of 5. Now this is performing badly, isn't it? I'm gonna park my Barth right here. There you have it. Looking good. Yeah. I'm gonna say bye-bye.